Hello everyone. In the energy technology subject, we are going to discussing the types of solar pond. In the previous section, we discussed the what is the solar ponds and how they work and which types of the water and all these things are required and which are the layers are affected on on the solar ponds. So let's see the second type, which is non-convective ponds. First, we see the convective zone. So that basically affected by the sun's rays and directly in the contact of sun. So due to the evaporation, these layers will be what? Now the non-convective ponds layer. So these are the main types of non-convective ponds is salt gradient ponds. Salt gradient where the salt is generated. So it has a three distinct layer. First, mixture of salt and water of various concentration. So that means if in non-convecting ponds there is an liquid mixture of salt and the water. So there is the step at where the salt will be start to make. So here there is a varies of densities, that means concentrations. So basically it is a solution is made from the mixture of salt and water. That's why the density of this solution will be different. So concentration is different, and by the density wise it will be the increase with the salt concentration. And most concentrated layer form at the bottom. जो भी concentrated or the high density salt is made up at the bottom layer, not on a top layer. In the top layer there is an water molecules or a water which is directly contact with the sun's ray. At least concentrated layer at the surface, that means a short lowest concentrated जो भी salts है, and these salts are commonly used are sodium chloride and magnesium chloride used, and these salts are top layered जो भी salts है उसे as सोडियम क्लोराइड और एज अ मैग्नीशियम क्लोराइड के तौर पे यूज़ कर सकते हैं. एंड देन the dark colored material is usually butyl rubber lines in the pond. Then, as the sunlight enters the pond, sunlight is enter in the pond. The water and lining absorb the solar radiation. Basically, water is evaporating, and this the remaining rays of the sun, and this energy is getting by or the absorbed by these molecules. So what happened to the bottom part of the pond, which will be the warm up? That means which which is getting the energy from the sun's layer, and uh, which is heated even up to 93 degrees Celsius. So if even it is becomes a warm, the warm layer remains denser than the upper layers. Obviously, જે ઉપરનું પાર્ટ હશે પાણીવાળો પાર્ટ એના કરતાં નીચે જે નીચેના લેયરમાં જે મટીરિયલ હશે તેની ડેન્સિટી વધારે ડેન્સ હશે, વધારે ઘાટું હશે, બરાબર. કારણ કે નીચે જે છે પાર્ટિકલ્સ હોય છે, જ્યારે પાણી છે એ ઉપર રહે છે, બરાબર. ડ્યુ ટુ ધ કન્વેક્શન પ્રોસેસ, આ કન્વેક્શન પ્રોસેસ થવાના લીધે, બરાબર, પહેલાં તો શું થાય છે, વોટર જે મોલિક્યુલ્સ છે ઇવન તેની સાથે પાણી છે, તો એ ઇવાપોરેશન થવાના લીધે વોટર વિલ બી રિમૂવ અને ઓનલી the exit product or exit brine solution is remain in the bottom layer. So after removal of water in terms of heat, so the heat transfer after removal of heat or it to be extract heat with the heat transfer fluid, as it is pumped through a heat exchanger placed bottom of the pond. બરાબર, આ રીતે કંઈક થતું હોય છે. જસ્ટ an overview is given. This will be the only for the information. If there is an evaporated बॉयलर जो है उसके अंदर जो भी जो भी स्टीम्स है और जो भी वाटर है, that could be easily out. Now the application of this process it, as per which study indicate that there is an excellent scope of process heat application, approximately 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. Even a high large quantity of hot water is required. જો આના અંદર કેવું છે કે તમે 80 થી 90 ડિગ્રી સેલ્સિયસ સુધીનું વોટર તમે મેળવી શકો છો. કઈ રીતે કે જે વોટર પોન્ડ્સ છે they are connected with directly sun rays, and this sun rays and this pond is connected with the evaporator. તો ત્યાં એ એનર્જી સ્ટોર થશે. તો આ જે વોટર છે એ કેટલું હશે, 80 થી 90 ડિગ્રી સેલ્સિયસ સુધી ગરમ થયેલું હશે. ઇવન તમે જો ખૂબ મોટી ક્વોન્ટિટીમાં પણ જો તમારે હોટ વોટરની રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ હોય, બરાબર, like industrial use or some process you have to use as a dairy industries or a hot air or a hot water as a in the heat exchanger, so you can directly used uh, in that particular application. And also this air this types of solution, this type of heat will be used in the agriculture industries as well as the timber, fishing, chemical and space heating possible applications. Okay, so these are the directly shown this electricity generating. Okay, so this will be the only informative desalination and refrigerations. Okay, now let's see the advantages of these systems. So there is a low investment cost per installation of collection area. There is a nothing, no much charges we have to pay for this settlement or this construction area, because there is an we have to just a land, and then just you have to supply some of the equipment. Then thermal layer is incorporated into the collector, and it is one of very costly. Also the diffuse radiation is fully used. Diffuse radiation is fully used. Diffuse radiation, that means જે પણ રેડિયેશન થાય છે એ ટોટલી શું થાય છે એની અંદર ડિફ્યુઝ થઈ જાય છે, ડિફ્યુઝન થઈ જાય છે in terms of heat. Very large surface area can be built, so the large scale energy generation may be possible if we are making a large surface area. So that's why if we are making a large surface, then obviously we get the energies maximum large scale per. It is expensive cleaning of large collector surface and dusty area is avoided. If the area is surrounded dusty or pollutant, so it is very difficult to cleaning the process of this area, and so these are the expensive. Then next, solar energy, which can be used in to another way. First is passive solar energy, second is active solar energy. So these are the two main part at where energy can directly used. Solar energy directly we can use. So first is passive solar energy and second is active solar energy. Passive, that means the energy, solar energy is directly used in the applications. Okay, in particular applications, જેમ કે solar light છે. So solar light is a passive solar energy sources. That means the direct sun rays are get it on the surface of the solar panel, and this will be the converted into the electricity, like heating, lighting, drying, ventilation. So all this purpose that means we are using that kind of used, okay, direct use. The active solar energy. So this conversion of electricity, which is basically used with the aid of the special instrument. If you have to run some special instrument, that means some large capacity or large electricity required appliances or the application. So that's why this electricity current, it should be converted to the first it will goes to the AC converter, and then it will supply to the power lines. Uh, okay, so these are the solar ponds which is available in the Gujarat. So first solar pond in India was built at a Bhuj, first Indian solar pond, and which having the length, or we can say that it is the area is up to 6,000 meters square. Okay, so these are the very high surface, very high area. The project was sanctioned under the National Power Pond Program by the Ministry of Non-Conventional Energy Sources in 1987, and which is completed 1993 after a sustained collaboration efforted by TERI, the Gujarat Energy Development Agency, and GDC, Gujarat Dairy Development Corporation Limited. The largest operating solar pond for electricity generation was the Bit Harva pond, built in Israel. It has an area of 210,000 meter square and used to generate an electricity output of 5 megawatt. So there is a huge amount or a large amount of electricity ratio. And then the zero point 0.8 acre, or it may be 3,200 meter square solar pond powering a 20 percentage of Bruce Food Corporations of operation in uh, El Paso, Texas, in the second largest in USA. Okay, so these are the second largest solar pond, which is first ever salt gradient solar pond in US. Then passive energy sources. If we are taking talking about the passive sources, so these are the first agriculture and urban planning. So common feature of the passive architecture are orientation related to sun, compact proportions, selective shading, and thermal mass. For example, green building concept. If you, this types of right hand side picture is given, which means a green area we can build up. So these are the passive passive applications. Okay, on the basis of the architecture orientations. Then agriculture and horticulture. So techniques such as a timed planting cycles, tailored row orientation, straggled height between rows, and mixing of the plant variation can be improve crop yields. So basically, it is passive solar energy we can use in the agriculture or the urban planning industries. Daylighting, the history of uh, uh, the history of lighting is dominated by the use of natural light. जैसे कि जो राइट हैंड साइड बतावे છે पिक्चर, there is a light. Okay. Hybrid solar lighting. It is an active solar method of providing interior illumination. Interior illumination ની જે લાઇટો છે એ HSL system collects sunlight using focusing mirror that track the sun and use optical fiber to transmit it inside. That means કે એક જે મિરર આવતું હતું ખબર પહેલાં જે that means they એક મોટું બહિર્ગોળ મિરર હોય જેનાથી શું થતું હતું કે એક જગ્યાએ જે સૂર્યનું કિરણ હોય છે એ સેન્ટર પર કેન્દ્રિત થતું હતું અને ત્યાં એ શું થાય છે કે કોઈ આપણે બ્લેક સરફેસ પર કે બ્લેક પોલિથીન પર લઈ જઈએ છીએ તો દેટ વિલ બી સ્ટાર્ટ ટુ બર્નિંગ. Okay, so that means energy having some, so this sun energy is having some electric energy. So તેનાથી શું થતું હતું કે એક્ઝેક્ટલી તેનાથી બર્નિંગ સ્ટાર્ટ થઈ જતું. સો this mirror is showing the left hand side figure which is exactly work like that. Sun and use optical fibers to transmit inside. Okay, and the building to supplement conventional lighting. Okay, then the next is water heating. Okay, we can use the system solar water system. So simply we can using the solar water system to convert the hot water.